The option is yours, but either way, make no mistake, she's coming with me tonight.
Why?
Because of the treatment you've refused and because of the doctors.
I'm not refusing treatment.
Don't interrupt me.
Thank you everyone for being out here. I'm the Vice President of the West Florida Young Republicans. This is a very complicated case to a lot of people, but let me just boil it down to what we actually know. First off, I encourage you and challenge you, go watch the body cam footage.
Why were you refusing the x-rays?
I wasn't refusing x-rays.
Okay.
And they said that, like, after they did the first x-ray, and then they did one 2 days later, that one improved. They did another one 2 days later, that one improved.
Okay.
They did 3 x-rays.
We got it. We are taking Kinley with us. Okay? Now, you can handle this one of 2 ways. You can show out and you can act a fool and you can make this difficult.
Or can my friend Jamie take her?
Stop. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me. You can show out and act a fool and make the situation worse. Or 2, you can calm yourself, ask your questions, and then help us get her stuff and walk her to my car. The option is yours, but either way, make no mistake, she's coming with me tonight.
Why?
Because of the treatment you've refused and because of the doctors.
I'm not refusing treatment.
Don't interrupt me. That's twice. Your 39-year-old friend, shame on her. She knows that this affects every individual differently. Because, see, I've had to get spun up on this disease. Every individual differently. What might not work for her might work for your daughter. What might not work for another 5-year-old might work for your daughter. So you can't take the advice of somebody just because they have CF. That's not smart.
I'm not.
Okay?
I called her old doctor and I'm asking them for a second opinion. I'm so sorry. Can your sister go with her?
That depends. That depends on how you're acting right now. Okay?
Can she go tonight with her?
That depends. Again, you need to do what we're asking you to do, and then based on your cooperation, we'll dictate what direction we go.
Just go watch that body cam footage. Let me know after you watch that what kind of conduct Department of Children and Families workers displayed when they took away a child from her mother. One thing that was said on that body cam footage by the DCF workers.
And it is a temporary thing. Doesn't mean you're not getting her back. But you have to Well, that depends on your behavior.
It can be up for 12 months.
That's almost 2 years later now. Also, one thing that the DCF workers said is that when you get the petition, you'll see what else they're accusing you of, why they're taking your child away.
So we are taking her.
They're gonna take my little girl someplace she doesn't know because of one medication. And then
It's because of more than that. Okay? There's a lot of contributing factors, and when we get the petition, you'll see what they are.
If you're going to take someone's child away, you should have a list of exactly why to hand to them, a warrant to say, we're taking your child away for this specific purpose. I want to actually applaud the police officers involved in this case that were at the scene that day for something specific, that they actually asked to enter the home.
Well, if we can't pull ourselves together, then I'm going to ask that you start getting her ready. Sometimes.
And where to? We're taking her to our
You don't have to answer those questions.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am. Sorry if we come inside. Okay.
If there's a warrant, or if there is a medical emergency or probable cause, you don't have to ask to go into the home. You don't need that. But they asked because they knew that they needed the permission of the homeowner in order to enter the home. But there was no warrant, so they did what they were supposed to. The social workers do not appear to have done that. Also, Florida statute in chapter 918 and says that anyone who is threatened with over 6 months in state prison has the right to a jury trial. Now, 6 months in prison doesn't seem like a lot compared to taking your child away. I think any parent, I don't know any parent who wouldn't rather have 6 months in state prison as opposed to having their child taken away forever. And that's one thing that we need to change in Florida law. This is more than just this specific case. You're talking about a reform that needs to happen to say that any child that is taken away, that most fundamental right, the most fundamental relationship between a parent and their child, you need to have a warrant to take that child away, and you need to have a jury trial that says this person is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This case doesn't have. She is going to have her child potentially taken away from her, all without a jury trial. In fact, like was mentioned earlier, when she did actually go onto a podcast, she shared what she was going through and all of the issues with this case. And after that, a judge put a gag order on her. Our state constitution says that, quote, every person may speak on all subjects, and no law shall be passed to restrain the liberty of speech. Go watch the body cam footage. Second, we need a major reform in our state law to say that anyone who has their child taken away from them must have a jury trial in order to have that happen. And then finally, unconstitutional gag order taking away a citizen's right to free speech without due process of law is also unconstitutional, should not be tolerated. Those are what we as the West Florida Young Republicans stand for. Fundamental freedoms that even if this is the worst of the worst mother, which I don't see that in this case, but even if, that she still deserves the fundamental due process rights given to any person accused of a crime.
That's right.